What's going on, guys? So a lot of people wanted to know, after seeing the rack installation from LCI on the back of the fifth wheel, if this is simply going to beat the back of the fifth wheel to death whenever we are traveling in it. And the way the hinge right here works is it actually stops at the back here, and then you have a pin that holds it in place. But still, people are going to wonder if this is going to beat up the back. So I wanted to kind of show you that at no point does anything make contact with the back of the RV. You have this little pin right here, which I suppose could, but it's just a little rattling pin. I don't think that would cause any issue, but just in case, I might pop the pin out and just keep that inside of the RV whenever we're traveling with it. But yeah, this thing is super sturdy. Really love the overall construction of it. You can see a little bit more of how he put a gusset right there, constructed this whole thing. Very pleased with the work Matt did from LCI, and very happy to have a rack on the back of the fifth wheel now. Anyways, let's move on to the rest of the video. So we are going to install this really cool Lippert screen assist handle. I don't know if anybody has done one of these yet, so I'm going to try to be the first, if not one of the first. This is basically designed to help you open up your screen door from the inside if you want to get out of your RV, or open up the screen door period whenever you're at a campground. So why would this exist? What is the purpose of building something that's designed pretty well just to open up the screen door? Well, if you've ever walked up to your screen door and you're trying to get out, you have this tiny little handle you have to fumble for. So if you have anything in your hand from the inside, you have to work your way to this tiny little lever to release it. And this Lippert product is supposed to address that. So we're going to try to install it. It shouldn't take very long at all, because I can tell how it's designed, and it looks like it's as simple as removing this, putting theirs on, and then bolting the handle up. But we're going to give it a whack and see how it works. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to remove your factory handle, and this is super easy. You're going to see 4 screws total. You'll see 2 on this side and then 2 on the inside, which are Phillips head. So first you're going to remove these 2 screws. Now that you've removed those screws, just remove the handle, and it just pulls out just like that. Okay, so now I have both handles side by side, and you're going to ask, well, what's the difference between the 2 handles? Well, from the outside, there's going to be no difference at all. But from the inside, you'll notice a pretty significant difference right off the bat. And that is how much stubbier this handle is. And the reason why is because the open end to this bar is actually going to fit over it like that. And that's really what makes this work. So that's the key behind how this works. This would probably work, it's just not the right shape or profile to fit properly in here, and it might just rattle around. So we're going to replace this handle with this handle, and then put 2 screws to hold it in place. You're just going to take your new handle, put it just in the same place as the old one, like that. You'll see the holes won't line up, but if you tap it, everything lines up. So now we're just going to put the screws back in so it is secured in place. There we go. We got both screws in place. Now we just have to mount the handle on the inside. So for this, we're going to need to open up the door. Okay, so on your handle itself, the handle needs to fit with this piece right here mounted towards the back of the screen door. But you can see it's too short. So you have a set screw right here that you're going to loosen, and it's going to allow you to make an adjustment to this. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen that set screw. Okay, so I'm actually going to adjust the set screw on both sides, because there's a hole right here and I don't want to see that hole. And I think this is designed so you can simply flip it around, but I'm going to do it this way so I can get exactly the spacing I'm looking for. I'm going to pop the end on right here, which it's already now in place. And then I can adjust this over right to there. Just like that. And then I'll put my next set screw back in. There we go. So now I have the right length. It fits over, and the whole point is so you do this number to open up your screen door. So next thing I need to do is to put a screw right here to hold it in place at the top. Right on the edge, right there. There we go. Now I need to put the bottom screw in right there, and we'll be all set. And that's it. And there you go. So the way this is set up to work now is that still operates completely. And instead of reaching for this tiny little lever down here, I can simply grab this thing and it opens and closes. Looks really nice. It's not very heavy at all. Not much weight on here, so you don't have to worry about that bouncing up and down and triggering it. But yeah, that works pretty well. And if your hands are full or if you're carrying something out, this is just a really easy way to kind of use your elbow to trigger this. Open it up and close it. And it's on a little pivot point back here. So it simply pivots around that and gives you a little bit more leverage whenever you're opening up your screen door. Interesting little product. You know, it's something that I don't know if the industry was needing or they're really shouting for and saying we need something like this, but it obviously addresses a problem somebody had. It's cool enough. I don't know what the price is on it yet, but I can imagine it's not very expensive. It does replace this handle. What would have been nice is if they simply designed it so you kept your same handle here so you wouldn't have to do that. But overall, it just works well for what it's designed to do. Very cool. First thing I need to do now is see how closing the door works and make sure that the jamb here doesn't accidentally hit that. All right. Yeah, there we go. No contact at all. Works well, especially if you have the screenshot, which is the strap that pulls the screen door shut, like this. And when you want to get back in, it's the exact same lever that you used to have. But when you want to get out, you're simply doing that instead of trying to reach for this tiny little handle. You know, obviously there was a need for this. If you were one of the people who felt there was a need for this and who helped drive Lippert to produce this, please let me know. That'd be interesting to find out. Anyways, I will attempt to put a link to this in the description of this video if it's available for release or if it's for sale, and hopefully we'll have a price by then. But it's pretty cool. Didn't take very long to install. Really, it's only 2 screws. That's it. I mean, you have the 2 set screws here, and these slide on and off of this aluminum channel right here, so basically gives you the ability to adjust these to the different widths of doors you may have. In my case, it was pulling both of them out because there's a screw already drilled into here, and I'm guessing that it's designed so you just flip this over and you can go to the wider width and use the existing holes, but kind of customized it myself and did it this way. Anyways, very cool little product. Seems to work well. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.